Justin is run by a bunch of investment bankers, and Morningstar's modus operandi.
I'm Jason Stipp from Morningstar. Morningstar Associate Director of Economic Analysis Bob Johnson looks at a lot of different reports when he's trying to get a handle on the economy, things like the ISM survey, things like pending home sales and initial claims. But he also has his finger on the pulse of some smaller claims, and some smaller reports, and they're telling him some interesting things. He's here to tell us a little bit about that. Thanks for joining me.
Great to be here.
So you've been looking at some more subtle signals before, recently, and these aren't things that you would use to forecast any major moves, but they do offer some interesting context and maybe some confirmation of some other things that you've been tracking. Tell us a little bit about some of those. You have 3 of them actually to share with us today. What's the first thing that you have?
Well, the first one's pickup truck sales, and that's a very interesting one because it's generally indicative of spending on autos, which has been getting better for some time now. But pickups are particularly interesting because 75% of pickups are used by small businessmen. And sales have been relatively flat in January and February of pickup trucks. And then we saw some great sales numbers come out in March. And that's kind of without incentives, some of the Toyota-induced stuff that we saw on the auto side of the house. Ford on their big truck showing as much as 30% year-over-year growth in sales, and the other manufacturers were of a like amount.
So a lot of folks, still worry a little bit about small business with, being able to get money from banks and everything, but certainly potentially a good sign that they're seeing a little bit of growth if they're going out and buying some more trucks to get their goods around.
Absolutely.
The second one I thought was a little bit surprising, and you have a couple of examples here that have to do with retail sales. Tell us what you saw there.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things happening there. I mean, luxury goods is one category that had been very weak, and today we got some numbers out of a division of MasterCard that reports individual volumes of categories, and it showed that luxury goods spending was up more than 22% year over year. And it's not this isn't the only number we've seen. Abercrombie & Fitch is another company that's kind of associated with very high-end.
Almost never goes on sale. Right.
And a month ago, their sales were up 5%. Again, another luxury good. Even the iPad. I mean, here's a product that costs $500, $800, $900 before you start throwing on all the fancy accessories and stuff that everybody seems to be buying. And we sold 300,000 of those in a day, kind of $350 million worth of stuff.
I think it's an interesting number considering that, unlike a cell phone or something that people would consider a necessity, the iPad certainly seems to be forging a new area. It wouldn't necessarily seem to be a must-buy immediately, especially in a tough time. So the fact that they sold so many, I think, is very interesting. The third one is also sort of spending a little bit of money on entertainment, and maybe a good sign there.
Yeah, the box office sales, movies. I mean, it held up relatively well in the recession. I mean, we did over $10 billion worth of movie sales last year, and the number was actually up last year. But this year's even gotten better. I think we did something like $180 million worth of ticket sales over the Easter week, and the comparable period for last year was only $133 million, a huge increase. Now, some of that's 3D movie tickets and so forth, but just the fact that people were willing to spend the extra bucks for a 3D movie experience is again, maybe the consumer's letting loose with their wallet just a little bit.
Feeling just a little bit better, perhaps, which is certainly a good sign. Well, thanks so much for joining me, Bob.
Great to be here.
From Morningstar, I'm Jason Stipp. Thanks for watching.
At Morningstar, we feel it is important to schedule regular checkups of your investments. This is the reason we're pleased to announce Portfolio Monitor, a new and easier way to keep track of your investments. With a few clicks of the mouse, receive a monthly report that provides a comprehensive and customized summary of your portfolio, sent automatically to your inbox. Portfolio Monitor provides a concise digest of all the best features of premium membership. Become a premium member with our 14-day free trial to start receiving Portfolio Monitor today.